We just got a ton of new screenshots leaked for Assassin's Creed Valhalla from the brand new Wrath of the Druids DLC, which is the upcoming first ever biggest paid expansion. And let me tell you lads, there are a ton of information that we can actually gather from all of these brand new screenshots that just got leaked out of nowhere on Twitter. Now I believe that these screenshots actually came from this Twitter account named Alumia Italy. Basically shared stating that Assassin's Creed Valhalla's Wrath of the Druids DLC will be releasing on May 13th, and the size of which will be available on Xbox is going to be 12.5 gigabytes in total, which means that 12.5 gigs is going to be the amount of download size for this update. And the user also gave us more information stating that in the first expansion, Wrath of the Druids will basically journey to the 9th century Ireland and gain influence amongst the Gaelic kings. Now lads, let's jump into the first screenshot that we have here, which is of course we can see Eivor on the left side, and then we have some kind of a new seer that we have never seen before in the game, and we also have another character right here on the right. Now I believe apparently these characters are going to be somewhat related to the main storyline, and this location that you guys are seeing right here could be a brand new settlement that we're going to be seeing in Ireland. And the hut you're seeing behind it could end up being your seer's hut, a new seer hut that you'll be building in your settlement, which is in Ireland. And obviously if you take a closer look at Eivor kind of looks different from what we've already seen in the base game, and that is because Eivor has a brand new hairstyle where you can actually see that little man bun on the head, and there's a lot of braids in the hairstyle as well. It looks really cool. And at the same time we also have a brand new armor in the screenshot here, new shield, new armor, and there's also new bow. And of course if you guys take a closer look, you can actually see that Eivor has a brand new weapon holstered on the armor set here. Now I believe this weapon is called Kopesh, and it was already available in Assassin's Creed Origins, which is one of the most iconic weapons for that game of course, and that is now returning to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And of course you can dual wield this weapon as well, or you can even use it as a one-handed sword as well, which is something that the community has been asking for so goddamn long. And finally we get to see it, and finally we're getting to see this as well as new armor and new hairstyle. And I wonder what kind of new tattoos we're going to be getting along with it as well, which is going to be very interesting to take a look at. Now moving on to the next screenshot here, we have some kind of a really weird pagan rituals going on, and there are three people right here who you can see in the screenshot who are part of the enemy's cult, who are known as the Druids or the children of whatever the name is. But still, as you guys can take a look at it, they're actually doing a pagan ritual to a really huge monstrous looking statue out here, and it seems like the statue is made up of bones and wood, and it looks really scary as well. And if you also take a closer look at the shields that these enemies have, it is also very similar to what we have previously seen in the previous screenshot, which Eivor had that holstered. And I believe that we'll basically have to kill every one of them in the cult, and we'll most probably get each gear piece of the entire set separately as you kill each different bosses. And so far it looks like these enemy factions are completely different from what we've experienced in England. These factions are going to be a whole new adventure for us players in Ireland. And now lads, moving on to the final screenshot here, and the first thing that my eye goes to is this huge looking werewolf. And apparently, like we have already seen in the leaked files from the PC version of the game, we already knew that there was going to be a werewolf in this game. And apparently it seems like the Druids that we are fighting, the enemies right here, all the three of them, they can actually shapeshift. And apparently all the different enemies you see here have different shape and forms. And obviously we're getting to witness the first one here, which is the werewolf, and then the other guy can actually turn into a were spider. Yes, that's right, a were spider. And the rest of the two, I have absolutely no idea what they can turn into, but as far as what we know, it seems like these guys are apparently shapeshifters, and they can shift into these monsters anytime they want. So we're going to be fighting a werewolf, we're going to be fighting a spider, and God knows how many different monsters we're going to be fighting. This is not Assassin's Creed anymore. This game is now absolutely turned into a Witcher fantasy world, which is trying to be a little bit of Assassin's Creed at the same time. And as you guys can see, the enemies in this close-up shot look absolutely amazing. The amount of details that has been gone into these character models is really cool. And also it seems like we get to see some kind of a spear that Eivor is holding here, and my best guess would be that this spear is somewhere related to the Isu. Maybe this is one of those Isu weapons that we get in the game. And of course you can actually see each of these different Druids have different types of weapons, and I believe that if you kill each one of them, then you're most probably going to be acquiring their weapons and their gear sets and whatnot. So far all of these screenshots looks really interesting, and obviously Eivor has a new man bun hairstyle, which I think is going to be my personal favorite after the new DLC comes out. And of course, before I get any further, I want to thank Rana's 3D Master for actually sharing all these screenshots with me and letting me know that these are some of the new leaks that just came across the internet for the Wrath of the Druids DLC. So a huge huge shout out to this guy for providing us this information. And of course, like you guys already know, I love to keep all of my videos as short as possible without really dragging my videos all the way to 10 minutes long like most of the Assassin's Creed YouTubers. I mean, yeah, 10 minutes videos gives me good ad revenues, but still I want to keep my videos as short as possible, as informative as possible, without really having to waste a lot of your time by simply just dragging something that could easily be put into a 3 minutes or 5 minutes videos. So yeah, if you guys want to support these short videos, then please make sure to go ahead, smack that like rating. That would be really appreciated, because your support is always helpful to content creators like us. And also, if you guys are looking for a YouTube channel that covers everything you basically need about Assassin's Creed Valhalla or even any other upcoming open world games, then make sure to go ahead, subscribe to the channel, lads, subscribe, turn the notifications on, and also set the notifications to all, because if you guys don't do that, then the broke ass YouTube platform, like you guys already know, you might have experienced this, they don't send you the notifications of my daily uploads. So please make sure you do it. With that being said, I hope you guys have a blast of a day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.